gets embarrassed when I brag about New Jersey in front of New Jersey. But New Jersey has been kicking ass since noon on Friday. These people have been...
I've heard some good, great things.
Yeah, all true.
You wanna make it official, Rich?
I think I should. I'm gonna make this official. I now pronounce you actor in town. Ladies and gentlemen, Jensen Ackles and Padalecki.
You guys, aren't they, just real quick, these two, huh? And I can't, I know, right? And sometimes it's, you get them mixed up, right? It's, it's just like kind of yin and yang over here. I have one solid fail-proof way of telling these two apart. You wanna know? You wanna know what it is? Okay. We have Benedict, still a dick.
He told me he's I've been a dick.
But in fairness, I knew something was coming because he was backstage going like this.
He even did it when he walked over here. He's like, Benedict.
There was a lick of the lips all the way over there. Oh, it was a bulge, lip, stage cross.
Oh, I loved it. Brilliant. That's the kind of thing you only get in New Jersey. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, boys, have at it. We'll see ya.
Know your audience, huh?
I had that one in my back pocket for a while. I've been wanting to use that one.
Long time. Hi, guys. Gals. I see two sets of bright lights. The backlighting on a lot of heads. Can I ask a question while the lights are up? Who's first time? Welcome, first timers, to our wonderfully dysfunctional family. Oh, it was good? Good? Bad? Good. Well, we're love you back. We're thrilled to be back here. It's exciting. We are almost halfway through season 12. What's the verdict?
And not even halfway done with the series. So,
don't say stuff like that. How are y'all liking season 12 so far? How are y'all liking Sam's torture scenes? Thank you.
yeah!
I heard a few, woo! I was like, but go to hell. Go to hell, straight to hell. Just kidding, I kind of tricked you there. We love y'all, and we're excited to be here. We love you. And without further ado, I know people have been lined up and waiting. So I'm gonna go with my side first, because I'm talking. How are you?
Hi,
when aren't you talking? It's gonna be one of those panels.
Yeah, when it starts off with Benedict and...
Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi.
I'm Sam. And Dean.
If you could change one thing about your character's life or lifestyle, what would it be?
We only get one?
One.
God. I'd like to erase the memories of, important women burning on the ceiling in my room. I think I, as Sam, would have a lot less to deal with, a lot less issues if I hadn't had a recurring dream of my mother and my girlfriend burning on the ceiling. I think that probably stands out. Senor Ackles?
Just one aspect about The brothers' lives?
Yeah, like anything about their life.
It'd be nice if they could stay in a hotel once in a while and not a motel. We had, thanks.
It's true. Hey, Daniil, calm down. Good one, Jensen.
We do a lot of our capture and torture scenes in like abandoned places, so to speak. And they're generally run down and very, disgusting. And a lot of those places aren't dressed up to look like that, they are that. So there's been many buildings that we've gone into that have been condemned because of asbestos or because of it's like not.
That's right.
And we're just like, oh, okay, but it's cool for us to work here. How does?
There have been several times where members of our crew will be wearing face masks.
Yeah, like hazmat suits, and they're like, hey guys, right this way. Well, they go, wait a second. Why do you look like all the people from E.T.?
At Riverview that one time we were walking through and I was like, oh, that's a nice touch. There's a big like condemned asbestos in the building. I was like, oh, that's a nice touch.
Yeah, Setdeck did a good job. That's attention to detail, impeccable.
And they were like, that's
real.
That's real. Like that's why we can rent the place so cheap. It's got asbestos. People like taking hits off of oxygen.
I remember it was maybe a year or two ago when we were in one of these filthy, filthy places, and I was talking to our B camera dolly grip, Shane, and we were talking about the place, and he just goes, he's like, why can't we ever torture somebody in the Four Seasons? So that would be nice.
Or maybe we hunt demons in Hawaii or something. Little onesie, Baywatch style, running down the beach. Yeah, none of that, none of that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, let's
hang on a minute.
We call BS.
Is that what you said first?
This is like one of those Rorschach like ink splatter tests. There's a psychologist somewhere in the building like making notes. Jared heard a Scottish lake. Jensen heard an angle of a triangle greater than 90 degrees but less than 180.
Okay, that's 2 for those who are keeping counting on the mic drops from Jared.
As I picked it up, I hit it with my thumb. I know it was
That's not fair.
This is why we don't have nice things.
It says the battery's down.
dang battery just.
It says the battery's dead and it's broken.
It just showed shattered iPhone. Hi, how are you, Lock Jess?
I'm pretty good, Jared.
So we had Sam and then Jess. I can't wait to figure out what your name is.
I'm a big fan of Ben Endelman and his writing, and I was wondering if there's a favorite episode that he wrote that you really liked.
That's difficult.
Yeah, he's a really good writer. So
Yeah, there's a ton. French Mistake. I would say it was probably his certainly a shining moment for what he had written. Didn't he write Yellow Fever? Another one of my faves, yeah.
Is that the suicidal bear? Which one is the suicidal bear? Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
That's the wishing well episode.
Wishful thinking.
Wishful
What was that
thinking.
called?
Wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking.
It was called, what was
It
that
was called wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That,
What was your favorite Ben Edlund script?
It was probably the French Mistake, just because you're acting, you know, Nisha's acting, everyone's acting. the same
Dean's
time.
acting.
Oh yeah.
grimly.
Must be a key.
Awesome. Thank you.
Misha actually wasn't acting, by the way. They were just rolling the camera as he was pushing people away and tweeting to his Misha Migas.
He knew we were doing a documentary, so it was interesting.
They didn't give him the real script.
No. Hi.
Thanks, Obtuse.
Hi.
Nothing.
What do you think we're saying? Psychologist, you have your pen and paper? You have your pen and paper?
Hi.
Hi, I'm Kim.
Kim?
I think she said Alexandria. And she's in stereo. This is...
She can throw her voice.
Hi.
I was wondering if you could share anything about an upcoming episode or scene that you're most excited for us to see when it airs.
So, spoiler alerts. No?
I'm not sure if you realize, but our boss was just on stage. Literally, like, 12 minutes ago. Oh, he said,
Oh, well, Bob says okay.
he said it was okay.
She said he said.
You start, because you have that thing that you wanted to share.
Hey, Jim. Let's see, little teaser. Yes, the episode that we are currently filming, I will say, let's say something happens to Dean that is
Really?
that is similar to like yellow fever. I would say it's there's going to be some. It's a funny episode. And it's certainly so far one of my favorite scripts this season. So.
What he said. Thank you. Now this is Alexandria.
Hi, my name is Genevieve Daniel.
We had a nice...
A couple of weird names.
Doesn't ring a bell.
But speaking of those two marvelous ladies, I think we should all give them a round of
The horror.
applause. I know what it's like to be a mom, and without my husband, it's hard when he goes away on trips, so those ladies are awesome for holding down the fort. So,
Thank you.
God bless them. But I was wondering what songs are on heavy rotation on iTunes for you guys right now.
Lately it's been pretty much the same thing for both of us. A lot of Kaleo. Radio Moscow.
Yeah, the record company. Who else?
Phil Collins. I mean it. I got back into it. I heard Invisible Touch like a couple weeks ago on the radio, and I was like, oh yeah, I haven't gone through a nice Phil Collins stage in a while. So it's a lot of that.
What?
Always.
Yeah, you would say that. She never leaves.
T Swift.
Who else? The new Basement tapes. That's a cool one. They found a bunch of old Bob Dylan songs, the basement tapes, and T-Bone Burnett and Elvis Costello got a really great band together and re-recorded a bunch of those songs. That's a really cool album if you haven't heard that. What? Yes, great tune. I don't know. That's kind of. There's always some SRV in there. There's always.
I also after ACL did M83 for a little bit. They were great. He's French. I don't know if you knew. I don't know if Rob knew, but he's French.
Stapleton. For those country fans out there. Yeah, there you go. There's a few. Sure.
Hi, sorry Jensen, but I have a question for Jared. What was it like?
Yes.
All right, Jen.
That is refreshing.
What was it like coming back to Gilmore Girls after many years?
Also referred to as the original Dean. It was pretty awesome.
You know, the original Sam was played by Allison Sweeney, so I don't know. You're the second girl to play my sister named Sam on TV.
I love Allison Sweeney. I'll take that. I started Gilmore Girls when I was 17, and when I did my first episode, I intended to go back to college and go back to UT Austin and be an engineer. I had my books, I had my schedule.
I'm sure your
Keeping
mother
me
is
working.
proud.
Yeah, my parents are so proud of their college dropout.
Well, technically, you never went to college, so you didn't necessarily drop out.
That's
You just
true.
never showed up. Because you and I have the exact same story. We went,
right.
we got registered, we got classes, I had a dorm room assignment, I had a roommate set up, and then I was like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
So technically, I didn't drop out. I
college-
never showed up.
Truants. We're basically college truants.
Yes.
Truancy.
Or
Semantics.
college druids.
Druids. Lock juice. It was awesome. I got to finally, I kind of touched on this earlier, I got to finally close a chapter in my life that I didn't feel like I was able to, because the last scene I ever did of Gilmore Girls, I was supposed to come back and do like 5 or 6 more, or possibly 2.5 more seasons, however long Gilmore Girls went. And then Supernatural happened, and the network and studio obviously put me on that. And so I was never able to go back and kind of finish Dean's story or explain kind of what happened. And it was always kind of a sadness I had. It's almost if you look back in your past at high school, you're like, I wish I could have done that differently. Or I wish I could have told this person that they meant that to me, or that told that person thank you, or talked to that teacher, or done something. I got to go back and do all of that. And so I'm really grateful for that opportunity. Thank you.
You went back and reprised your role.
Yes.
Did you walk a little bit more bow-legged?
I was wearing a pea coat with a popped collar.
Amazing. That makes me proud.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Danny Ann.
Deanie Ann?
Danny Ann.
I like that. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you. I like it too. I was born.
Dan Deanne?
Danny Ann.
Danny Ann.
Danny Ann.
Yes. I actually.
Nailed one, got it.
First off, great seeing y'all again. Also, I'm giving up my question to this beautiful little boy here because he was pretty upset he didn't get to ask y'all a question before.
What's up, kiddo?
Hey, bud. What is your question?
What's your favorite scary movie?
That's a great question.
My Bloody Valentine?
The one with Kevin Bacon.
I think you and I certainly share a fondness of The Shining.
Yeah.
However, if we're going to go a little bit more modern, I would have to say The Strangers.
That's a fucking. That's what I was gonna freaking say. That's what I was gonna say.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I think that's funny. Yeah, The Shining is like a classic, but Strangers as like a really scary, just good, scary movie. And I watched it, and I think Jen was pregnant with Tom, and we were like in an apartment, we were in Vancouver, and I lived on the 16th floor of an apartment building. And you know, you had to use like a key to get inside, and then a key in the elevator, and then a different key to get into the room. You know, unless Spider-Man wanted to rob you, no one was getting in. And we watched the movie, and I'm like, I gotta go to bed, and I'm working tomorrow, and I turn the TV off, brush my teeth, whatever. And I go to bed, and I wake up a couple hours later, and I look up, and I kind of like catch my bearings, and Genevieve is just like this. Like hasn't moved an inch, just wide-eyed. And I was like, yeah. What are you looking at? And she's like, oh, nothing. I was like, what's going on? She's like, oh, and like, by the way, like I had 2 dogs in the apartment that were over 70 pounds, and like we were fine, we were safe. She's like, oh, it's nothing. I was like, what? And she's like, that movie really scared me. And I'm like, it's 2 a.m. and no one's climbing up 16 balconies to crawl into our. So yeah.
What is your favorite scary movie?
New York Minute.
Oh, buddy. That is when you drop the mic. That's classic. Good one. Strong work. I will say that the scaredest I have ever been while watching a movie was not necessarily the scariest movie, but it's because, well, I don't know if I've ever told you the story. So many years ago, when I was actually working on Days of Our Lives, calm it down. I lived in a house with 2 buddies of mine, and one of them was an agent's assistant at William Morris Talent Agency, which is a very, very big firm in Los Angeles. And one day he would get, you know, scripts and all these kinds of things that would kind of float around the office and stuff. And he'd bring them home, and he'd be like, "Hey, I got this new script. It's not even out yet." And we'd kind of get to see things that we weren't supposed to see. Well, one day he brings home this VHS tape, which some of you may not even know what that is. And it's completely unmarked. And he's like, "Hey, dude, this has been floating around the office. Apparently, there was some footage that was found on a camera in like upstate New York, and some editors got a hold of it, and they actually edited it together. And this is like, it's like a black market movie." And I was like, okay, weird. So anyway, he leaves it with me, and then like goes out to dinner with some friends, and my, at the time, girlfriend comes over, and I'm like, "Hey, you want to check out this like crazy movie that Tracy brought home?" And she's like, okay, sure. We pop it in and did not blink for like an hour and a half of just mouths open, just like, I was horrified. It was the Blair Witch Project. So I'm just sitting there thinking like, this really happened. This is 100% real. These people are, this is, and I mean, I was freaking out. And then I come to find out that it was all a hoax and it was actually a movie and blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, okay, but that was,
20 years later, the director comes in Supernatural.
And then Eduardo Sanchez comes and actually directs us on Supernatural, which was pretty cool. But yeah, that was, I was horrified. Yeah. So for those of you who hadn't seen it, there you go, I just ruined it for you. It's not real.
That came out in...
What else? If you haven't seen Titanic, the boat sinks.
Is anybody in here...
Spoiler alert.
Is anybody in here under 16? So they weren't born when it came out. That's awesome. It came out in 99.
That's one word.
That's the year I saw it. Before anybody even mentioned it. It was frightening. Okay, where are we? Over here? Hey.
Hi, I'm Paige. Sorry, I lost my voice. But, so we always see you two together, and like you're so close to the show, you're brothers, and we always see you together like in person. So I was wondering if you considered yourself...
If we're ever not together?
You considered yourself like brothers in real life?
All right, Jared, earmuffs.
There is such thing as real life?
Yeah, we just don't want to admit it.
There's a lot of dust in this room. Have I seen anybody? It's been pretty special. It's been something probably to much of you on the audience to share. I never thought when I read the pilot 12 years ago, 13, 12 years ago, I guess, that I would grow to meet my wife, several friends, one of my dearest friends. Our wives were just hanging out the other day, and it's funny because he'll call and be like, hey, JJ might be sick, and I'll be like, okay, cool, that means my kids will be, or vice versa. No, but it's like good to know. It's like, okay, they go to the same preschool, so if one of them gets sick, it means it's the most recent school special, so thanks for letting us know, and vice versa. So it's a cool, it's gonna be, we talk about this a lot, and maybe because there have been so many interviews lately about when's the show gonna end.
2040.
2040? It's a long time from now. It's going to be really difficult. I mean that when I'm saying like in reality. It's been such a blur, a wonderful blur. I feel so blessed. But it's going to be really strange when they call, that's a wrap on Supernatural. No. And we're on set.
That's going to be a tough day. That'll be a tough shooting day to get through.
Does anybody want to be there for it? Just give a call.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I recently had a really cool conversation with an actor that I admire. You guys know Luke Perry. And he was talking about how unique this situation is to work with a friend, and a dear friend and a best friend, and how special that is. And he told me, he's like, I still live down the street from Jason, as in Jason Priestley, and he's like, and he's still one of my best friends in my life, and will forever be. And so I took kind of I took solace in that, and knowing that that's probably what this Yahoo and I will be like in years to come. So yeah.
First, I want to say thank you. There's so many celebrities that are in a negative light. It's nice to find gentlemen use their station in life and voice to add value and bring positivity. So I think that's phenomenal in this world today. So on the lighter side, competitive.
Oh, I definitely win that. I'll beat you right now at competitiveness.
Been in arm wrestling.
That's a good. Oh, I can't arm wrestle anymore. Bad shoulder. I want to arm wrestle. Thumb wrestle.
Oh, rock, paper, scissors. I'd say we're both pretty competitive. I would say that there is he has I would say a stronger, persistent drive. I tend to get distracted.
I'm a moose. I'm a stubborn moose. Is basically. I think that's also been part of growing up. I think we probably both started the show competitive. I think he and I also understood something from a very early position, very early on. I think he was very competitive, I was very competitive, but we realized, it's almost as if we knew going into it, that being competitive with each other was only going to serve to break us both down. So we almost were like, sweet, you're competitive? Me too. Let's team up and beat everybody else. So,
together we'll be super competitive.
but naturally so.
But naturally so. Super naturally competitive.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Jessica. It really is.
See, I heard that. That didn't sound like lock juice. That sounded like Jess. She plays piano.
I do. Not so much anymore, but I try. I'm a big Gilmore Girls fan, yes. But I'm also a big Golden Girls fan, and I watch a lot with my grandmother, and last season we found out who Sam and Dean's favorite Golden Girl was. And I was wondering if
When did we find out?
Into the Mystic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Sam likes Sophia, and Dean likes Blanche. So I was wondering if either of you guys had a favorite Golden Girl, and if you do, why?
I think Dean wins that one.
Yeah, I'm a Blanche guy too. For sure.
We're all Blanche guys.
But thank you for being a friend. Down the road and back again. You ask why I know that song. I don't know.
He's been practicing for NJcon's Saturday Night Special. We're gonna dress up as the Golden Girls and sing it. I gotta go back and watch that.
Rob will be Sophie.
Oh my God.
What's funny is that was one of those shows. It was like Golden Girls, All in the Family, and MASH were on. Yeah. Oh, that was awesome. There was they were always on whatever the local San Antonio affiliate played. Like right as my bedtime happened, it was those three shows, and it went All in the Family, MASH, Golden Girls. And so I usually would fall asleep sometime between All in the Family and MASH. But every now and again, I'd be less tired. I see Golden Girls, but I didn't go back and really watch it until Gilmore Girls because they would make Golden Girls references. And I was like, I should probably know what they're talking about. So I went back and watched it. Super funny. Stands the test time. Yeah. Thanks, Jessica.
The next 20 years, people will be falling asleep between Supernatural and Grey's Anatomy. That's where that goes.
Probably during one of your scenes.
You can stay. Hi.
Hello, boys. So my name is Lisa. How you doing?
We got any rubies out there? You get to cut.
So first off, shout out to my boyfriend in the crowd. Happy 10 years. Thank you for the amazing birthday weekend.
Where? Rare. Yes. Good on you, brother. Amen.
We actually met because we were in love with the show, so thank you.
And it's been 10 years?
10 years, 10 and a half.
Very cool. Happy to be a part of that.
So am I. So my question is, one of my favorite episodes is Changing Channels. And I'm a Team Dean fan. Anyway, sorry. Anyway,
Dean myself.
I actually feel bad for your character because, you have to do herpexia and you get, nutcracker. So if there is anything you could change about that episode that you would do to Dean, what would it be?
Due to Dean for what?
There's a common denominator in that question. Nutcracker, herpexia.
Yeah. They kind of went hard on Sam that episode.
But not in a fun way.
Who did write that one? Was that Ben? Was that Ben Edlund? Anybody know? Bob? Seems like it should.
That seems like a bad.
I wonder why it was so. Yeah, Sam kind of took the brunt of that. He kind of took it in the. Karaka!
I will say that there was probably some other shows they should have incorporated in that episode. What would be Baywatch?
Oh, was it? He's good too. Yeah.
Is that what you're asking? What other ones will we
I
have?
mean, it doesn't have to be a common denominator like herpexia or nutcracker.
Yeah.
But if you can, add anything to the episode, you guys did something like CSI and stuff like that. So what other show would you probably incorporate?
I think Baywatch would be a given, and have the slow motion, and then have a really hot chick running in slow motion, and Dean just goes. I mean, that's kind of an easy one. We have a saying on set, no joke too cheap. That would fall into that category for sure.
Golden Girls.
Golden Girls.
It would have been funny to do a soap opera style show that we had to do. Which one? Of course, Days. Or because we kind of had Grey's Anatomy, which is very soap opera-ish. What's that? Dark Shadows. I used to watch Dark Shadows with my mom, and it got me because every time they closed the door, the walls would move because it was such a bad set. Mom, why are the walls moving? Shh.
Yeah, there you go.
Soap opera.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. There were no really reality shows at that point in our lives, were there? 10 years ago.
Dark Shadows was
Candid Camera. Rescue 911. Cops. Cops would have been funny for us to play like thuggish gangsters. Bandana on. You know what I mean? Glock.
What's this?
I mean, to be, wearing a big old puffy coat in the summer or something. Bulges that are very obviously like guns. And we'd be like, I didn't do it. I was talking about.
Stop talking.
What is it? West Virginia mating call?
Hi.
And then
Stop it.
maybe
Stop.
one has a banjo.
Turn his mic off again.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Alyssa, and I just want to start out by saying happy 22nd birthday to my sister Morgan.
All right, Morgan.
And I was just wondering, out of the Marvel and DC universes, which superhero would you be and why?
No.
Deadpool.
I want to be Doomsday from DC. That'd be fun. I don't think they have any ideas for you.
Okay, yeah.
Captain Fantastic.
I don't know.
Catwoman.
Oh, I'd make a mean Catwoman.
Dude,
What?
Dare Chick. Dare Chick.
Electra?
Y'all never read? Oh, y'all are behind the times.
Stop. Stop.
Bat Princess.
Yes. Yes.
Bat Princess.
Bat Princess.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alyssa. She was like,
Answer accepted. All right.
thanks, I think I've got to look up Bat Princess and Dare Chick.
One of the things that he does
High five.
Is-
Yeah, I got it.
he starts to laugh. I'm gonna foot 5 your face. As he starts to smile.
Elbows.
Gosh, man. Forget it. Hi.
Hi, my name is Chris. Thank you, and I've had this question since last year. I didn't get picked last year, so it's for both of you. Which performance of the other was your favorite? Like Jared, what do you think Jensen's best performance was, and vice versa?
Wow, that's a great question. Wow.
Maybe there weren't any?
I know what you did, stupid. That's really difficult.
I would say Lucifer when he played Lucifer. I also thought I thought he did a pretty great job of Gadriel. Put a lot of like extra thought into that, which you normally don't do. Yeah, when he's playing Sam and he puts zero thought into it, it's no. I thought. I mean, there's several to choose from. More than several. Those were certainly a couple of my favorites.
Yeah, I can't remember the episode names. And it was never when he played a different version. Right, you know, it's never when he plays it. But either way, that's what I always thought worked really well for the show and for Jensen and for Dean were the moments where we see Dean's vulnerability. And it goes back to really early on to the phone call outside the gas station that we just shot out earlier this year, like calling Dad and seeing where this gruff exterior comes from. And it's probably easy. I don't play Dean, so I don't know, but it's probably a bit easier to play the gruff, swashbuckling, devil-may-care Han Solo type. So finding that layer of, or when he's talking about how he tortured people in hell, and that kind of like the shame and when you see a bit of somebody's shame, like when your phone rings during a. Just kidding.
Shame.
When you see like a little bit of like shame and fear, then it makes it's the glue that holds the character together. I hate to sound cliche. So when he's done these bits, or like looking after Sammy, or doing whatever it takes, and you see it's from a place of real legitimate care and love, and they've been peppered in every season, not ever in the form of another character, but it's hard to play the tough guy and the guy that's not scared of anything, and then be able to tap into that vulnerability, and that makes it all make sense. So. Hi.
Hi, my name's Marlena. How are you doing? I had to write it down. I'm a mom, but I wanted to ask you guys as parents of young children, when do you think you are going to allow the kids to watch Supernatural, and how are you going to deal with more difficult character developments, like when Dean
Like when Sam and Ruby, like that character development?
That's you, yes.
What are you getting at, Marlena?
I guess it's because my kids are 10 and 7 and they want to watch it, and I'm making those decisions and whether they're ready for it. But as dads, now here's dad on TV. So it's, how are you going to plan on dealing with that?
Great question. And one that I know we think about a lot because we talk about it. Not so much as like, when are you going to show them, but about, so my boys and his girl, when we leave Austin to go to work, we're like, hey, we're going to work. And they're all, like, hey, you're going to work. And so it's not like, well, we're just going to go for a walk, and we come back a week later. So they know a little bit of what we do. The TV has been on before, and it's been us. I know in my house, or like when they're on the iPad and they go to YouTube or something, and it's like recommended because one time you watched a gag reel, so it's like recommended, Sam gets killed by blah blah. They're like, oh, daddy. I actually had a funny, earlier this year, now that y'all seen the torture scene, I had the stuff on my face and blood and fake cuts, and I get a FaceTime from my wife. And I'm like, oh, great, I'm in my trailer or something, and I answer it, and I'm holding it, and then brrrr, the noise, and it goes to my son, Tom. And he's like, Daddy, what's on your face? And I was like, what? Oh, and so I'm showing him, I'm like, no, look, it's not real, look, it doesn't hurt, it's like a tattoo, because they have like little dragon stickers and, fly tattoos, which you put upside down, you get it wet, and you pull it off. It's like, hey, scare mommy, there's a fly on you. They think it's the coolest thing in the world. And so I went back to my special effects makeup artists who did it, and I was like, hey guys, do y'all mind giving me, I'm gonna be home this weekend. My son was freaking out, thinking that I was like really hurt, because it looked so real. I tweeted a picture of it, like it looks real. The same day I was Facebooking them, or Facebook, whatever it's called, FaceTiming. And so I took some home. I took some injuries home, and I was like, "Hey guys, do y'all remember Daddy? And he was hurt, and it wasn't real. I was like, do you want to do it?" And Shep was like, "No." And Tom was like, "Me neither." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess they're over." He goes, "Wait, is it just like a tattoo?" And I was like, "Just like a tattoo." He's like, "Okay." And so we go, and I get a little. It looks like a scrape. I actually have a video of it. It's phenomenal. I put it on him, and he's watching me. He's sitting on the bathroom floor, and I get the little tattoo injury, and I put it on his knee, and then I get the towel, and I run under the sink and kind of squeegee out the excess water and hold it on. And he's like, we're counting, and 10 seconds goes by or whatever, and I pull the towel off, and he's like, from this to.
Yeah, it looks like a giant gash in his leg.
Yeah. And he's going, blood. And
he's screaming. So what does Jared do? He goes and gets his phone. I mean, his 4-year-old is like, he's like, hang on, Tom. What's wrong, buddy? What's wrong?
Ooh, that looks bad, Tom. That looks real bad.
So then Jen comes running in, and she's going to pull it off. He's like, no, don't touch it, don't touch it.
And he is flipping out, totally flipping out. And he was there the whole time. And he's like my brave kid who falls, and he's like, I'm fine. But he was just absolutely flipping out. And they're kind of because they're made to be injuries. Unlike these were specifically made to be able to get sprayed with water when they were doing the water torture and not fall off. Like it wasn't like, oh, okay, I'll just rinse it underwater, it's gonna fall off. Like it took a little bit. We had to cover it with a towel. And I was hanging out with him in the bathroom, going all right, buddy, peeking under. Is it gone? Pretty soon. But it looks so real. They look so real that he flipped out.
Everything win.
So I think
child abuse is alive and well in the Padalecki household.
So there's certain things that I don't think I want them to see too much. Anytime
Judging
soon.
from that reaction, for sure.
Judging from that reaction.
Yeah, it'll certainly be a while before, and who knows? Maybe they won't be into that. They'll want to watch something else. But luckily we haven't. We're not quite at those decision-making phases yet. But they're coming soon, for sure. So, I guess we'll deal with it when we have to. There's going to be a whole other whack of shows on at that point. Supernatural will still be on, of course. But.
And you said yours are 7 and 10?
Yes.
Do they watch?
My 10-year-old wants to. He's very into the DC Marvel and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So, and I allow him to watch it. And every once in a while, my younger one, when it's a more funny episode, I
Sure.
like she, liked when you got scared by the cat.
And at 7 and 10, especially if it's not daddy on screen, I think it's easy to explain, like to pretend and, I remember my brother watched Flight of the Phoenix and I died and he said he had to get up out of the room. He's like, it was just weird, man. It just was weird. He's like, he's a doctor, he's rational. He's like, but it just was like, I'm gonna get up, and he left the movie theater. I mean, he was fine. He kind of laughed about it, but he's okay. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
It's the last question. It's the last question.
Hey, I heard it's the last question.
It's the very last question.
I think it's the last question.
It's the last question.
Yeah, here we go. This is what happens.
It's the last question.
You ready?
It's the last question. It's the very last question. It's the last question.
Guys, give it up for a fellow member of the SPN family, Danielle.
And Jared and Jensen, I think we can enjoy the fact that the last question moment is being shared with Bob Singer. We've never had Bob here for last question.
That's right. Never had a Bob Singer last question moment. This is unprecedented.
It's the first.
On Twitter. This is Bob wildly excited. What is your
Contain
question?
himself right now.
Okay, a lot of mostly bad things have happened to the Winchesters that have contributed to their character development. What do you want to happen to them further until the end of the season, and what will help them develop more?
Retirement. Massages, steak dinners, wine. Well, he probably knows he definitely knows where it's going, so he's gonna be like, ooh, that's not where this is going. I think one of the things that, at least as far as Sam is concerned, that we get to explore this year that we haven't had the chance to yet, obviously, is his relationship with his mom. So even if it's whether it's good or bad, and whether it turns out to be a happy ending or the present tragic ending that befalls the Winchesters, I feel like whatever happens, it seems like Sam and Dean have been able to lean on each other and keep going. And so I don't know what's happening.
I would say I would like to have, and I'm not sure how it would work legitimately, but maybe in an alternate universe episode or arc, or maybe even just a very long dream sequence, is have an all-star gang all together fighting the fight. Bring back all the heavy hitters and even some of the light ones. And
I am God. I will smite you.
And then you can just at the end of the episode, Dean wakes up, he's like, Sam, I had this crazy dream. Boom, credits.
Did you say all-star?
All-star gang.
All-star.
Yes.
He's writing it down, so let him Give him a chance to
He's doing the math. Are they all flying?
If it's going to be all-star, you guys might have to like a little cut and pay.
That's fine.
Done. I assume you'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I will say that there's many different roads the brothers could go down. Luckily, the show has taken us down quite a few already, and luckily with the guidance of Bob and several others, there's many more roads to travel down. Where those go, we don't know. They don't let us make those decisions, thankfully. However, it is always nice, Bob, to have some fan favorites come back to the show. Because they're not just fan favorites, they're cast and crew favorites too. All right, okay.
I'm glad Bob came out on stage, for those of you who haven't seen him or met him, because I want you to remember this face. Because we always say, like, Jared and Jensen, it's the boys and this and that, but there have been several occasions, and there will be several occasions, that if this gentleman next to me walked away, the show would no longer be around. So, if the show ever ends, find him.
And guess what?
Find him.
He's actually tried to walk away a few times.
We all have.
And he's like, hey, Bob, you can't walk away. He's like, I know.
They keep bringing it back.
She said, why would you want to walk away from this?
I am always. I'm not here often, but when I see this, it just rejuvenates me and
it's inspiring.
It really is. The first time I saw a convention was in Vancouver, and I came out. The boys let me come out and kind of hawk a few books for charity. I had heard about this, but it just knocks your socks off. And when you're behind the scenes the way I am, you don't expect the love and adulation that you get. So it's you know. So I like to come and do this every once in a while. Just to it charges my battery. Let's put it that way.
On that note, guys, from the three of us and Danielle,
thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Just another heart I need to rescue.
See Jared Jensen Bob Singer on stage together very
It's
often.
fantastic.
Fantastic. Well done, New Jersey. I don't want Bob's words to have gotten lost in the rock and roll. He was encouraging all of you to vote on Tuesday. We, as a Supernatural band and actors, all encourage you to do the same, taking pride in the civic process that is the American election system. As loony as it has been this year, it only survives because we all participate. If you've ever voted for Supernatural to win an award or to be on a magazine cover, by God, you can go and click a box for President of the United States. So go